there, welcome back to Tutori Money, and I'm going to be continuing the series on relations and functions. So let's move on. We finished exercise 1 and we're moving on to the next topic, that is function. So what is a function? So here is a technical definition of it. So a function is a relation from a set of inputs to a set of possible outputs where each input is related to exactly one output. So don't worry, they are basically referring two sets. Okay, so imagine there are two sets, one is your input and one is your output, and there are some set of elements in your input and output. For example, I'll just show it now. So here your A is your input, B is your output. Okay, so A, B, C are elements of A, and 1, 2, 3 are elements of B, that is the output, and the arrow means that it is related. So here A is related to 1, B is related to 2, C is related to 3. They're telling every element of the input must be related to an element in the output. So we do have it here, right? So all the elements of the input are related to elements in the output. Also, they have other names called domain and codomain. So your input is also known as your domain, your output is also known as your codomain. There are three more terms, okay? Image, pre-image, and range. Let's see what image is. So here, it is also read as 1 is the image of A, okay, or 2 is the image of B. And what does pre-image mean? It's just the opposite. So A is the pre-image of 1 and B is the pre-image of 2, or C is the pre-image of 3. That's all. And the next term is range, okay? So all the elements in your codomain that has a pre-image comes under range. So range is like a subset of codomain, okay, in simple words. So in particular cases it can also be equal to codomain, just like in this case. So you have elements of codomain is 1, 2 and 3, and the elements of range also is 1, 2 and 3, because 1, 2 and 3, all the three numbers have a pre-image, right? Yes. So we learned domain, codomain, image, pre-image, and range. So there are types of functions. Mainly there are lots of types of functions, but here in your syllabus there are only two. Let's see what it is. So the first one is called 1, 1. Okay, so a function f such that x to y is defined to be 1, 1 if the image of distinct elements of x under f are distinct. Don't get confused, and the formula in the next line is used to solve the problems. Okay. So what do they mean that images of distinct elements of x under f are distinct? So here they're referring to the domain, okay? So all the elements in the domain, or on the left hand side, that is your set A, which we just saw, or your input set. So the elements of the domain must have unique relations. So all the elements must be occupied, that is all. Okay, next we'll see onto. So a function f such that x to y is defined to be onto if every element of y is the image of some element of x under f. So here we are talking with respect to codomain, or your right hand side. So every element in your codomain must have a pre-image in your domain. That's all. So in 1, 1 we see left hand side, in onto we see right hand side. So let's move on, and I'll just show you some examples and we'll see if it's 1, 1 or onto. So now in the first example we have ABC 1, 2, 3. A is related to 1, B to 2, C to 3. So on the left hand side, that is in domain, all the elements have unique relations, right? So it is 1, 1. Keep that in mind. And let's see the right hand side. Is it onto all the elements in B, or in your codomain 1, 2 and 3? Every element has a pre-image. So it is 1, 1 and onto. Let's go to the second example. A is related to 1, B is related to 2, and C is related to 4. So let's just say left hand side, you have A, B, C. Every element has unique relations. So it is 1, 1. But on the right hand side, your number 3 is left out. That is, it has no pre-image, right? And according to the definition of onto, every element from your codomain must have a pre-image, only then it is onto. So your first example is 1, 1 and onto, and your second example is only 1, 1. So now we'll see two more examples. Okay, in the third example, we have A, B, C and 1 and 2. So A has a unique relation, that is 1. But B and C don't have a unique relation, right? The relation is repeated. So it is not 1, 1. Because every element from your domain must have a unique relation, not just a relation, unique relation. But let's see your right hand side. You have 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 both have pre-images, right? So it can be onto, but it is a different type of onto which is not in your syllabus, called many 1. Okay. So you have many to 1. So you have B and C to 2. So many elements to one element. And next, let's see the fourth one. So you have element A, B and C, and 1, 2 and 3. So 1 has a unique relation A, and B has two relations, that is 2 and 3, and C does not have any relation at all, so it can't be 1 1, right? On your left hand side every element must have a relation. First of all, it is not satisfying, but on the right hand side every element does have a pre-image. So you can say this is many to 1 and this is onto. So let's move on. Next, moving on to the exercises. Exercise 1.2. First problem is, show that the function f such that r to r defined by f of x is equal to 1 by x is 1 1 and onto, where r is a set of all non-zero real numbers. Is the result true if the domain r is replaced by n with codomain being same as r? So now here this is your domain, okay, and this is your codomain. So they're giving the relation of the domain to the codomain, and they're asking us to find if this function is a relation under this. So let's see. For 1 1, okay, the function we have is f of x is equal to 1 by x. For 1 1, we have to see if f of x1 is equal to f of x2, or here let's just take x and y, okay, it's easier to tell. So we have to check if f of x is equal to f of y and if x is equal to y. So where is this x and y coming from? It's coming from your domain, okay. For 1 1, we see it from the domain, and for onto we see it from the codomain. Now let's assume x and y are coming from your domain, and f of x must be equal to f of y. So applying the function, you get 1 by x is equal to 1 by y, which means x is equal to y. So it is 1 1. This is very simple. Let's see if it's onto. So y is coming from r. This r is your codomain r, okay. Here it kind of makes no difference because your domain and codomain is the same thing, but just keep that in mind when you'll have different stuffs. Now for onto, we have to prove that f of x is equal to y. So let's see, f of x was 1 by x, okay, and if x is equal to 1 by y, why x is equal to 1 by y here? For example, for onto I told you f of x must be equal to y. So if you substitute f of x as 1 by x and equate it with y, x will become 1 by y. So now you substitute this x value inside f of x. So wherever you have x, you put 1 by y and you get back y. So f of x is equal to y. That means what? That was the condition for onto, right? It is onto. Now there was a second part for the question, okay, which said replace your domain with natural numbers. For first part we had real to real number, now we have natural to real number. So we'll see what kind of difference it makes. So it is defined by the same function, g of x is equal to 1 by x. So now let's see if it's 1 1. So similarly, we just have to see if g of x1 is equal to g of x2 and if x1 is equal to x2. So if you substitute there, 1 by x1 will be equal to 1 by x2. That means x1 is equal to x2. So it is 1 1. Let's see if it's onto. So for onto, what happens? You're taking a value from the codomain, okay? Codomain is your r. So what happens is, if you take a value such as 2.3, so when you substitute it here, 1 by 2.3, 1 by 2.3 is a point value, right? So that does not come under natural numbers, so that comes under real numbers. So what it means is, so when you're taking a value from your codomain and whatever relation you get, that must belong to your domain. So here 1 by 2.3 will give you a point value which does not come under natural numbers, so it cannot be onto. In the previous first part of the problem, what happened? It was r to r. That means what? Here, even if you take any values like 2.3, 1 by 2.3 will give you a point value, which again goes back to here we had r, right? The domain was r there, so it does not matter. So let's move on. So second one, check the injectivity and surjectivity of the following functions. Here the word injective and surjective means 1 1 and onto. It's just two different names, okay. Let's see the first one, n to n given by f of x is equal to x square. So for 1 1, we are taking x1 is and x2 belonging to n, the domain, and f of x1 must be equal to f of x2. That means what? x1 square, you apply the function here, don't forget that, okay. So x1 square must be equal to x2 square, that is here. That means x1 is equal to x2. This is direct, so it is injective or 1 1. Let's see next one, for surjectivity. If you take any value y from as 2, this is from your codomain, okay. We're taking it from your codomain, and if you find f of 2, what happens? It's 2 square, right? That is 4. That is what I've put here. That must be equal to y. What is the condition for onto? Let's just recall, f of x must be equal to y. Y is the original value which we took. So here it's getting squared, so it is not equal to your original value. So it is not surjective. Let's do the second one. F such that z to z given by f of x is equal to x square is the same condition, but it's integer to integer. What is an integer? It includes negative numbers, positive numbers, and 0. So let's see. If so even if f of x1 is equal to f of x2, it doesn't mean x1 is equal to x2. Why? We'll just see an example. Okay, so if you take x1 as 1 and x2 as minus 1, what happens? 1 square is also 1 and minus 1 square is also 1. So f of x1 is equal to f of x2, but x1, that is minus 1, is not equal to 1. So it is not injective. So let's see. Next one. So if x is equal to minus 2, if you take, again this is from your codomain, we're taking a value at minus 2. So what happens? Minus 2 the whole square is 4. It's just very similar to the previous one. You don't get the previous value. You should have f of x is equal to y, and this is your y. Okay, I've just taken it as x. You can take it as anything. It just must be equal to the original value, which is not. So it is not surjective. So it's neither injective nor surjective. So there are 3 more questions which are very similar to it. You can solve it on your own. Solutions will be given in the end. So next one. Prove that the greatest integer function of f such that r to r given by f of x is equal to greatest integer function of x, that is read as that, is neither 1 1 nor onto, where greatest integer function of x denotes the greatest integer function less than or equal to x. So what is the greatest integer function? First of all, let's see that. So the greatest integer function is denoted by y is equal to x in square brackets. Okay, that is read as greatest integer function of x, that is less than or equal to x. That is basically it rounds down a real number to the nearest integer. For example, greatest integer function of 1.2 will be 1. It's just rounding it off, right? That is the basic what we do. If it is 1.5, we say it's 1, and 1.2 will be 1. If you take 1.7, it will become 2. So you're rounding off. So let's see. For 1 1, so if you take x1 as 2.5 and x2 as 2.1, let's take values. So what happens is, when you apply the greatest integer function, when you round it off, both will come to 2, but x1 is not equal to x2, so it cannot be injective. And for surjective, if you take y as 1.2, so when you apply greatest integer function, it becomes 1, okay, which must be actually equal to the original number, which is not. So that means what? F of x must be equal to y, right, for onto, which is not satisfying. So it is not onto, it is 1 1. Sorry, it is not 1 1 and it is not onto. So here are the solutions. You can pause the video and refer to it. So thank you for watching and learning with Tutori Money, and I'm going to continue the problems in the next video. Keep watching. Thank you.